Hey guys, how are you? In today's video, we're going to be talking about lead generation, and I give this topic some thoughts before I decide to make a video about it, and this is what I came out with. The idea is that if we have to strip down to the bare minimum what we are going to focus on, then I believe lead generation will be at the very top of the things that we can focus only doing this. Think about it. If there is no lead generation, there's no business. Every single company out there, every single business owner out there need to have a system in place that allow them to generate leads. Now, in the past, all the lead generation was made based on referrals and based on word of mouth, and based on making a place inside the community where you happen to be. And that was your lead generation. However, when internet become normal, lead generation changed, and now we are using internet to generate leads and to generate it in a very consistent manner. But the principles and fundamentals are exactly the same because what we used to do offline, we are doing it now online. So we are using the exact same tools in terms of building bridges with our community, in terms of in understanding where we are, who we want to do business with, in terms of staying top of mind with people and allowing them to see us and build emotional connection with us. All these things happen because we do them on purpose. Before, we used to do them completely just by instinct. Today, we are doing them on purpose. And I believe the future belongs to those who are able to master the power of generating lead. Now, one of the main important ways that you can generate leads is by using what's called a lead magnets. And the lead magnets, why is this important? Is because it helps us create something that is called a list. And this is where I want to come down to, is the power of building your own list. As I mentioned before, we used to have our own community. Let me give you an example. I used to work for a car dealership, and there was there somebody who used to make like 90% of all the sales. And when I asked and did some research, I found out that he's kind of, I think he was Spanish, and he has a large people that he knows inside the community, and his community, they refer each other, and that was his list. So the power of the list is never underestimated and can never be underestimated. And that's why if we want to build a list, we're going to have a very strong lead magnet that allow us to keep getting people inside the system or the machine that we have built and keep moving that machine in a very systematic manner. And that's what we want to talk about today, how to build a list using lead magnets. So lead magnets are very powerful, and there are a lot of misconceptions about them. For example, you may need to be highly skilled in technology. You may need to know how to write copy. You may need what to write inside the copy, how to structure the your copy in terms of video first, in terms of where to put the call to action, in terms of where to put the different steps inside that copy. So there are a lot of misconceptions that people think that you need to have in order to gain that knowledge. And the reality is it's very simple. And especially if you decide by the end of this video to join us inside the FluxBridge product, then it's going to be so much easier because I will provide you with everything, the structure, the content, so you just plug and play your information, your niche, and anybody that you want to reach out to. And then you have a clear funnel. On the top of everything, it doesn't cost, it costs really literally pennies on the dollar. So it's like something $20 a year. So it's really cheap. It's not a big deal. So instead of going paying $100 a month, now it's one payment of $20 and you are set to go. So what I will start with is I found this on LinkedIn. I would like to share with you. So over here is a funnel, and at the top, what the gentleman mentions here is like you have 10,000 people who you mail. You have 10% out of 10,000, 1,000 people that open that mail. You have 3% that respond. You have 33% went through an interview, and you have 50%, five people that end up buying. So you have 1,000 out of 1,000, you have 30 people who respond. Out of 30 people, you have 10 people who moved into sales call, and out of the 10 people, five people they decided to buy. This is pretty much exactly the same process everywhere we go inside in the process of lead generation or sales right now. So this is the exact same process. A person comes in as a completely cold prospect, stranger. They move into becoming. I decided to use this because I like the way he named it. So they move into suspect. So this is 1,000 people. These people who open. Then they move into prospect. They move into hot prospect, and then they move into client. So I found this very interesting, and I decided to use it because I like the way he names it. So anyway, the idea of what we're trying to say here is that the bigger the pie you have, the more chances you are be able to qualify and convert people. Now, I know that I'm contradicting myself here because I always speak about pre-qualifying at the very top, but in fact, it's two different strategies. You can either open up the net so big at the very top and filter down, or you can pre-qualify, make the net so small at the very top and make the conversion at the bottom very high, very large. So it's a choice. I believe that pre-qualifying early in the process gives us more power and avoid all the headache. So in terms of what I want to share with you today, I want to share with you all the steps that we need to follow in order to create a great lead magnet, and this way we can have a better impact. So Russell Brunson says something that stuck with me, and he says everything in your business ultimately comes down to building your own list. No social media following that the platform controls, no YouTube subscribers that the algorithm decide to show who to show to. Everything is based on your own list. Once you build your own list, then you are in control. And so, what is the exact real problem that agents are facing at the moment? Agents are facing the problem of lead generation, and especially pre-qualified lead generation. And that's why I want to go over the following steps that I'm going to share with you right now so that we are avoiding to speak to tire kickers and to speak to people who are not qualified, and to really hone down on people who have the power for at least to buy within the next, if it's not now, the next 3 months to 3 to 6 months. So that's the purpose. So how to structure a lead magnet? The lead magnet, the power of using a lead magnet lies in one critical fact, which is shooting for sales before even we qualify a prospect. By using a lead magnet, we are able to completely turn this upside down, and we qualify the lead, then we propose for them if they are ready to sell. And there are three major things that we want to make sure that we are using once we decide to use the lead magnet. First, we want to make sure that we understand exactly who we want to sell to. This is goes without saying. If you are unable to select ahead of time who's your dream customer avatar, then it's going to be very hard. Your message will be directed to everybody, and when we speak to everybody, we are speaking to nobody. Second, the ability to display in that lead magnet. If we can't display the lead magnets, then it's going to be hard for us to generate leads. It's simple as that. So there are two options here, the organic option and the paid option. The organic option is we need to go put that lead everywhere we can go in our social media profiles, in our daily posts, in our websites, in our emails, everywhere we can go and put that lead magnet to help generate attention. We should be able to do that so that we can generate leads, and especially and also even when you engage people in a cold conversation, the goal is to be able to invite them to check your lead magnet. That's the first thing. The second thing is the paid ads, and that's something that we can do once we basically started to generate income, and we take that income and we pour it into the paid ads, and this is how we can make it profitable. A lot of people, they take money out of their pocket, put it in paid ads don't work, then they found themselves that they are hurting on in their pocket and hurting in the results. So it doesn't work like that. We want to make sure that the lead magnet or the product that we are selling can sell itself organically before we even go and start trying to sell it using paid ads. And third, we want to make sure that we are able to drive traffic. And this is a complete different episode that I should be doing on the side. But the idea is exactly the same. What I just mentioned is being able to go and display your lead magnets in different places so you can attract as much people as possible. So there is a psychological trigger that we are trying to do here. And what we're trying to do is we want to make sure that we are giving people something that they desire, because once a person wants something, we move from pushing people towards from push to pull. We move people from pushing ourselves into people to exactly allowing people to come join us and to come ask for what is it that we have to give. And this is very important because the power of intent changes the dynamic of the conversation. So if somebody is coming to you asking for a service, it's exactly the opposite of if you go and speak to somebody and try to sell them on something. It's a completely different. That's why if we are unable to hone in on exactly who is this product or this lead magnet is good for, and make sure that we did enough research about the pain points, about the problems that it solves, then it's not gonna work. So it needs to be very specific in that nature, and this is the the game changer that can help turn things around by activating the desire and curiosity. I would say not just the desire and the curiosity. So the big picture is this: what we are using when we use a lead magnet, it's allow us to build the relationship, it's allow us to build trust, and it's allow us to show on other people's platforms and to be able to create that exposure on a daily basis, because now we have that is automated, so people can just fill up their information and move into the sales process and qualify them. We'll talk about all that later on. But this is very important to mention, because now instead of using, a lot of people may think that lead magnets is just a tool or a web page or something that you use just to get that instant lead. But in reality, it's more than that. You are building a whole system. You are having a brand that is in making, and that's why once people start to convert and you start to get that need, people desire, they want to check your product or your lead magnet, then it changes the dynamics, and now people, they are interested, they are engaged, and they are qualified. Because if if I have the desire, curiosity to come check what you have to offer, then if you ask me to answer questions, I will certainly be answering them, because I want the end, I want what you have to offer. So I would be willing to answer any questions or to go extra miles just to make that happen. So this is very important to understand, because if you don't have the right lead magnet, or if a lead magnet is not sexy enough and it's not appealing, then the interest will be reduced. And this is why we want to make sure that, and this brings me to the next question, is that is all lead magnets will work? No, not all lead magnet will work, because we need to keep tweaking them, and we need to keep working on them until you hit the angle where it really resonates with your audience, and that's where we can have the big results. So finally, what makes a great lead magnet a great lead magnet is basically when you are able to hone in and find a one specific problem that your dream customer are having, and you give them a quick win to it. That's it. If you are able to give them a win, a quick win, solving that small problem, then the rest is history, because now you have people that they are coming, joining you, putting their information, answering the quiz, answering the qualifying themselves, and now you have a list of people that is pre-qualifying themselves to you, and you don't need to go and pre-qualify inside the conversation. They are pre-qualified. You ask them already what's their name, their email. You ask them already about their situation, and you ask them when they are ready to buy. So you know exactly where to put that lead within the immediate, within the short term, or within the long term. And that gives you power. That gives you avoid you to go and start talking to people who are not even qualified. That's very important. Okay, so just to close this quick conversation, if you think all this can benefit you, then I think the Flux Bridge project that I just put together, this is something that really will help you do all this in a very strategic way. You'll be able to build a structure, a funnel. You'll be able to fill up that funnel based on a plug and play. So you don't need to go look for what you have to use, or you need to build to learn how to do copy. You only need to use what is already given to you. You already have everything that you need to build a funnel within few hours. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. Within few hours, you can come up with a great lead magnet that can help you generate leads, so you are in business for it's like the next day. So if you guys are interested, please make sure to check the Flux Bridge projects. I will put it in the comments below, and I hope that you guys have, if you have any question, let me know, and I hope that you guys take advantage of this, because it's really a great opportunity. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.